Hello, and welcome to another keyboard review. Today we are taking a look at the GamaKay MK61. This is a budget 60% keyboard featuring PBT double shot putting keycaps, optical switches, and an integrated hot swappable PCB. In this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about this keyboard. The unboxing is standard. You get the package labeled with the specs and model of your keyboard. Inside, you get the unit sealed in a static-free wrap. The inclusions consist of a manual, which you can use to refer to all the shortcuts and features. And as for the accessories, you have a wired keycap puller, a braided angle USB-C cable, and a tool to remove your switches. You also get extra switches too if you wish to experiment. Firstly, the design. You can see that this is a 60% keyboard with matte black as the color finish. However, there is a white version of this keyboard if that is more to your liking. A quick look at the size gives you an understanding of how it's constructed. The connectivity is powered by USB-C. The backside doesn't have any angle adjustments. Instead, it has these rubber stops to keep the device in place when operating. The keycaps are PBT double shot putting keycaps. It's referred to this considering that they give off this pudding-like appearance. The translucent layer on the bottom is designed to help the RGB of the lighting shine more vividly. When it comes to the switches, this keyboard is equipped with Gateron optical switches. You have a selection of colors to choose from, but this keyboard specifically has browns. These switches are intended for productivity types of work. The tactile bump after every keystroke is a perfect balance between clicky and linear, so to put into perspective, it doesn't really excel at one thing, nor does it lack in any other field either. I also need to mention that the PCB of this keyboard is hot swappable, meaning that you can freely remove the switches out and replace them with something else if you want to experiment. Keep in mind though that this only accepts optical switches, so your standard mechanical switches using pins cannot be used on this. The features for this board are straightforward. Since this is a 60% keyboard, it doesn't have all the keys that a full-size keyboard would have. To accommodate for that, you can combine the function key with another key to trigger commands and shortcuts to access them. With the RGB integration, you have access to many color effects and layouts that you can freely experiment with. Before jumping into the performance test of this keyboard, you must first be advised that this keyboard requires an updated firmware to make it work properly. If not, then you will run into issues with delay and latency problems. I have a link to the firmware in the description to resolve this issue. Now with the performance of this keyboard, it highly depends on the switches and the polling rating. As stated previously, brown switches aren't intended for gaming. However, it is still usable. I first tested the keyboard on a rhythm game called Osu. Timing, precision, and accuracy is imperative for this game, and depending on the keyboard that you use, it can affect your overall performance. Typing, on the other hand, is completely different. I had no issues when it came to the typing performance, and the sounds of the keystrokes are quite soothing considering that they're stock switches. I'll start by typing slowly and then gradually increase the pacing. In conclusion, this keyboard is alright for what it is. It has a lot of features that would appeal to those that only need it for casual use, and I would recommend it to those that are looking for the first keyboard. However, GamaKay does also have a lot of other keyboards available that are way better than this model, specifically the K61 version. Overall, I would rate this keyboard a 6 out of 10. If it had the options to support mechanical switches instead of optical, then I would bump it up to an 8. You don't have many options when it comes to optical switches out there, so you are limited to what you can use. Okay, this will conclude my review of the GamaKay MK61. It's been a pleasure providing this content for you guys to watch, and I do appreciate you taking the time on clicking on this video. As always, I wish you the best of luck throughout your keyboard journey, and until we meet again, I'll catch you later.